Good day, and welcome to Dungeon Mizer. A death curse has befallen everyone who's been raised from the dead. Its victims are rotting away, and all efforts to reverse the decay have failed. The souls of the dead are being stolen, one by one, and trapped inside a necromantic artifact. Only its destruction will free the trapped spirits and allow the dead to be raised once more. All paths lead to Chult, a mysterious land of volcanoes, jungles, and the ruins of fallen kingdoms. Below them all awaits a deadly tomb. The trap is set. Will you take the bait? I will. Okay, so we're looking at Dungeons & Dragons' newest adventure, Tomb of Annihilation. And again, as it has been going with all the adventures they've been putting out since 5th edition, it is a hardcover bound book where you start at level 1 and work your way all the way up to level 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or whatever the adventure does. And of course you can always just enter any part of the adventure at any level. If you want to get in and just play the higher end stuff, you get your higher level character and go in at the higher end part. Now, Tomb of Annihilation I was not really excited about. I don't know, something about like this you know, like kind of Aztec-y dinosaur pirate theme going on in the adventure really did nothing to inspire me. And Wizards of the Coast, that owns Dungeons & Dragons, is doing the same theme over in Magic the Gathering with their newest card set of Ixalan. Dinosaurs, pirates, undead. They have merfolk. D&D, we don't have merfolk in Tomb of Annihilation, so spoiler alert. But I gotta tell you, once I started reading through this adventure, it really piqued my interest. So for one thing, there is a curse over the land, and anyone who dies cannot be resurrected. And if you're a D&D player, you know that players can go up and down like yo-yos, and so this can be a bit of a problem. But also, if your character has previously died and been brought back to life, they are slowly wasting away. Their hit points are dropping, constitution is dropping, everything is getting weaker and weaker. And so you're enlisted to help see if you can solve what the problem is that is plaguing the land. And so of course you're brought to the magical land of Chult, which is kind of Amazonian style forest, rainforest, jungle-y kind of thing. And ultimately you're going to end up in the Tomb of Annihilation. But the one thing that I really liked, or the few things that I really liked about this adventure was they had some new twists on things, and it wasn't just like, oh, it's an ape, oh, now it's a zombie ape. Okay, I mean, maybe they did do that, I don't know. But they actually used created some new or underused kind of monsters in this adventure. I like the way that the gods are involved in this adventure. I like the bad guy that's at the center of all this. And the tomb itself is just like super cool. And you've got lots of stuff you can check out when you are in Chult. And the cool thing is you better bring some backup characters, because if your character dies in the adventure, that's it, no resurrection. You are done. It is a meat grinder. So it's almost kind of fun to start the adventure and you've got your first level character, and maybe you have 3 or 4 more just sitting in the backup pile ready to go that can join or find the group once your character dies and become part of the adventure. So it is pretty fun in that way. And like honestly, I wasn't excited for this, but now I think I'm more excited to play / DM this than a lot of the other adventures that have come out. And the last one I was really excited about was Tales from the Yawning Portal, and that was cool because it was all dungeon crawls and classic dungeon crawls, but this is brand new and it's got some cool stuff. Even if you just look on the cover, I think you get the idea of what kind of a bad guy you're dealing with here. And anything that says tomb has to be cool, and Annihilation, that has to be pretty cool too. So do I recommend it? I do. One of my pet peeves with all of these adventure books is that they're hardcover, which I know it's like, yes, it's so cool, you know, it looks great on my shelf. But this thing could be $5 or $10 cheaper if it wasn't hardcover. But hey, what you gonna do? I don't see them publishing soft covers anytime soon. But is it worth your money? I definitely think it's worth your money. I have started to play it at my local game shop, and it's a great time, even at the lower levels. Sometimes the lower levels can be a little dry or a little boring or a little, like, let's get through and get to those mid levels where it's the kind of most exciting. But we've had a great time even at the early levels, and I'm going to be DMing my other group through it later on this fall, and I look forward to helping them succeed. Yes, succeed. And also kill a bunch of their characters so we can get that meat grinder effect going. So, great adventure. I do recommend picking it up. I think it's fantastic. And if you have any questions or concerns, agree, disagree, put the comments down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you haven't liked the video, like the video. It makes me so happy. And I'll see you here next time on Dungeon Mizer.